This time I have a Sharp TV. It's got a double blink on the power and a single blink on the OPC light on the front. So power supply problem obviously on this, I'm guessing power supply. It's obviously got power because the standby or the power light's flashing, but the set won't turn on. So we'll pull the back off this one and quickly look at it. This set was given to me, so we'll see if we can get it to run. It's not worth anything, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. If I can get it to run without putting a bunch of parts in it, that way I can just get rid of it, because sets like this don't, I mean, you can't give them away. I've got a 37-inch LG that I did the power supply on a couple months ago that I've had up for sale for 20 bucks for the past 3 or 4 months. No bites, not one, for 20 bucks for a working TV. Nobody wants them. Just no value in these old sets. So we'll take a quick look at this one and see if we can figure out why it's not working. So the first thing I'm going to do on this is pull the power supply. I see that I do have 3.3 and 5 volt standby voltages are here, but we're going to pull the power supply and just look and see if there's any bad parts on here. Some of these Sharps had a Zener diode that was that shorted on a lot of them. 150 volt Zener shorted on a lot of these ones, and there's parts under here. So pull the board so that I can just see what's going on under the this is falling off it already. Pull the board so I can just see if there's any notable damage under the board itself. Figure out how to get this plug out. There we go. Well, the first thing I spot in the power supply here when I pull it out to look at it is there's a pin that's bent. That tells me that someone's been into this set, and when they plugged the connector in, they bent the pin. I wonder if that's part of my problem. What do you think? You think that could be part of the problem on this one? Is that it's got a bent pin? We'll straighten that first, and then try this again and see what happens. As you can see, it's bent right over. Let's get something to pick at it here and see if I can straighten it without breaking it. It's always the risk, when it's been bent, that you're gonna try to straighten it, you're gonna end up breaking it. Looks like this one's been bent too. This other pin looks like it's kind of crooked as well, doesn't it? That would kind of explain why that connector was jammed in, and I had to really kind of work at it to get that one unplugged, because I had a bent pin. So I'm not holding my breath that this set's going to be workable. Plus the fact that the LCD screen itself has got a couple big gouges on it, so this would be a giveaway TV. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Just a few quick things to see whether we can get this one to run. These look okay here. I've straightened this one that was bent. That one looks okay. So first thing I'll try is I'm just going to plug this back in, put this board back in. I measured the ESR on the caps here, and I didn't see any that were looking high. I mean, they're all Rubicon caps in here, so they all look to be okay. I just did a quick measurement with the ESR tester. I'll go over and check a few more of them. The ones I tested all look to be fine. 0.04. Alright, these all look good. Right. So they all look to be fine. That's a small one. That one, that's like a 1 microfarad. They all look okay on this one. Well, the ones on the other side over here, none of them are bulging or anything, right? And they're all pretty good quality caps that they put in this thing, so I don't think we have a capacitor issue. But certainly that pin that was bent over could certainly cause some problems. Now, I mentioned this is the one that the one was bent over on. Be careful to put this one in. Alright, let's just see what happens now when I power this thing up. Will it do anything? Power light's not flashing anymore. I have no backlights or anything, it don't appear to anyway. Set's still dead, but the power light's no longer blinking the double blink. It's not doing anything. It won't go out either when I press the power button. This may have a more serious problem, not power supply related. It may have a problem on the main board for that matter. And obviously someone's been into it because that pin didn't get bent over by itself, so this one may have already been condemned. Also, one of the screws in the back was broken off. One of these anchors that go into the bezel was broken, so it's possible that this has already been gone into another shop, or someone's looked at it and already condemned it. After doing a few tests, I'm not getting any power coming back from the main board to turn the power supply on. It's got the 5-volt supply, the standby supply is there, but when you push the power button, there should be a power coming back here. It says panel. Well, there should be a 12-volt supply here as well, but there's a signal that comes from here that turns the panel on, and it's not being signaled. So the main power supply is not turning on. The 60-volt supply for the inverter is not turning on. The 12-volt supply is not turning on. All I've got is a standby supply here. So it could be something on the main board that's popped. And at that point, it's just not worth repairing it, because this TV is pretty old. This one is, what is this, probably 2006, 2007, I'm gonna guess. Let me see what it says here. When is this one made? What does it say? Made in Mexico. I don't see a date on the back of this one, but I'm going to guess it's late 2000s maybe. 40-inch, 210 watts this one draws. It's a fairly power hungry set because it's an LCD set. I'm not really getting anywhere on this set. I've checked voltages. I've got my standby voltage. I have no voltage coming back from the main board to try to turn the set on. I've tried to do a factory reset on it, and still nothing to signal the power supply. The power supply is not coming on, but it's not receiving the power on command either to turn on. So I think I'm going to wash my hands of this one, because it's a set that, again, it was given to me, and I figured I'd take a quick look at it and see whether it was something that was relatively minor. I was hoping it was going to be something like maybe some bad caps or something that I could get this thing fixed in a couple minutes and then get it out and give it away, because again, these sets just aren't worth anything and I wouldn't be able to give it away. So I think that's it for this one. We'll just throw this one together. I'll send it to recycling and get another one out of here, as I'm just trying to clean up a bit of some of the stuff that's been dropped off here in the last couple months, and I'm finally getting to it just to try to make some room for some newer stuff to work on. Get rid of the junk. Thanks for watching.